Get to know the babes behind the brand as they talk business, women supporting women, and share what it's really like to work in the fashion industry.
Welcome back.
Heyo.
Should I do it?
Yes.
Live from LA. With
It's
Leah.
Saturday night. I didn't know what to say then. I need a better one. Great.
They're like, why aren't there more PRIV babes on this? But
I
it's
know.
because we have two guests today.
We do. Let's intro them and then we'll chat a little more. These babes are not only sisters, but also partners in podcasting. No topic is off limits for these two, where weekly they share their current fixations and interview amazing babes. Welcome Scout and Mady from Okay Sis.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. This is so exciting.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Also, this space that we're sitting in right now is breathtaking. We have
Beyond. Okay,
this
beyond.
view of Los Angeles. Like, what is going on?
I know.
We are one floor below the penthouse. Like, there's nothing above us. It's
I
just
know.
penthouse.
Every time I go up the elevator, my ears pop.
Yeah.
We're so high up.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
crazy.
It's pretty like better than we planned for, because we literally planned this trip last week. We have like, I think 10, 12 podcasts lined up.
Wow.
And I've been out of town like basically every single week for the last like 5 weeks. And last Monday I had major anxiety. Woke up, I'm like, I have to like actually book this trip. Like,
Well, we've
booked
like
flights.
we've booked guests and we're like, we don't know where we're staying
Yeah,
or
and
when
everything.
we're going.
Well, like kind of us in New York.
Yeah, we were
we'll
super
just
last
figure it
minute.
out.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, we always do. like I'm
always
amazed
figure it
myself many
out.
times where I'm like, how did I pull that together?
If this situation that we're sitting in right now on the 33rd floor of downtown LA is figuring it out.
Yeah, you guys did good.
I think we're
okay.
good. We're good.
Imagine
We're
I
okay.
started getting organized and planning in advance. Can you imagine what would happen?
I honestly don't think it can get better than this. We were sitting here having coffee and like doing our emails this morning and we were like, is this real life?
Yeah, no. The minute we walked
So
in, we were like,
happening?
where are we?
I know.
And
I
how
felt
can
the
we
same.
move in?
Hey, you know what?
We have
There's
so much
extra
space.
beds.
We
We
have tons
Are
of
we having a
space.
slumber party?
We're gonna drink too much rosé, Scal, and have to sleep over.
it just gets so sloppy, and it's like we're podcasting.
Yeah.
And then it's like 6 a.m. I don't even know.
There you
what
go.
happened.
There you go.
We should do a pajama party podcast. That's what we
Oh,
should.
that is a good
Oh,
idea.
that's
And you
so
guys have
cute.
the best pajamas.
Yes, we do. Do you have
Oh, yeah.
any?
No, but I was
Oh,
looking
you
on.
gotta get
But
some.
you will.
I need. I've been
you'll be
looking
having
for.
some.
I mean, people know this if you listen to OK Sis. I have been looking for a matching like sweatsuit,
way.
jogger, and
Oh.
you guys
Oh, out of
fucking have
bounds?
it.
We have the
Out of
perfect.
bounds.
We have the perfect.
I
set
need
for
it.
you.
I need
Oh
it.
wait, I want it too in black.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Scout only is
We have it.
exclusively black.
I
We also
exclusively
like.
wear
Have
black.
you seen our onesies?
Oh yes.
They're So soft. I'm like,
I
that's
love
like
soft
really.
clothing.
I'm really like, too excited talking about like our own products. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
No,
That's
you-
a great
that's-
sign.
Yeah, you have to be.
When we get talking about upcoming collections, it's like my mind is.
I'm like, what? We're gonna print on the sweat material? Stop.
Yes.
crazy. Okay, let's dive into boss or bust. Donni, kick us off.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna take a boss because I have been flying nonstop with kids and without kids, and I'm usually the girl that like unpacks from my suitcase when I repack for another trip. And I have really pulled my shit together. Like I was packed for this trip like 2 or 3 days before.
And
the
you were
trip.
saying you unpacked
Whoa.
after every trip.
I did. I
Not
unpacked.
at the next trip. You
No,
unpacked
I
at the
actually
end.
like have gotten organized, and it's funny because as a
Wow.
group we were talking about which
Travel
I
habits.
think travel habits, and I literally like am totally unpacked. All my stuff's hung up, and like
Oh,
using
at
drawers
the
here,
hotel, like at the place.
Oh, that's like
Oh, wow.
adulting to the
That's-
finest.
yes.
I am
Okay.
adulting
To
in the,
the
biggest
finest.
way.
Oh,
right now.
yeah.
yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you two need to see our closets.
Okay.
You said they were
could live
walking.
in it.
Oh my god.
Well, I think people
That's
do.
why we unpacked.
Because you're like, how could I not use this walk-in closet
it would
space?
be an offense to
Yeah.
property.
Well, it changes your mindset when you're away. Like it's
Yeah, it
like
does.
it takes a little bit of time, but like honestly, what, like 10-15 minutes, and then you're
nothing.
so settled when you're gone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like literally, like the way I'd typically be, which is the way Hunter I'm sure is right now.
Yes,
is like
she
all
is.
her stuff's in a ball in a suitcase,
or
And
on the
that's-
floor.
or on the floor.
Can we cuss?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
thank
All you, I
God.
was good.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we're good.
re-say what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say all your shit's on the floor.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like next level to where Donni, she's going in this direction, but I have like my stuff hung in outfits.
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
No.
Who are you?
This is a boss.
I
This
also
is a
bring
boss.
hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes on the airplane.
Okay,
Let's be real. How many times have you been sick from flying?
I don't
Actually
get sick.
never.
Oh,
So yeah, we have really good
well, you're
immune
not
system.
normal.
We have
You are not
we have really
normal.
good
We have
immune
really good immune
systems because I am the least germophobic person. Like to
Same.
a
No,
degree that
I'm
it's like
a little germophobic. Like I don't like people sleeping in my bed. Like sheets, I get
that makes-
really
that
particular
makes
about.
sense.
That's totally understandable.
But the plane, when there's like some person hacking next to you, I'm like,
Oh yeah, that's
we're sanitizing it all.
it's so gross.
It just grosses me out. So
Yeah,
I'm that person.
Planes are really
Okay.
gross.
Yeah, no, they are.
I
But
balance
I kind
her.
of agree. I feel like you just have to like the more sometimes that your immune system doesn't develop the same if you're not
Totally.
if you're totally protecting yourself. Like with kids, I'm kind of like put it in. It's fine. Whatever. Pick up the chip off the floor. Eat it.
I feel very different about planes.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Okay, my boss is that I only packed 3 pairs of shoes for this whole week.
Oh
in LA.
wow.
That's impressing. That's also adulting.
I only packed one for New York, and it was.
Whoa.
I know.
and I made fun of her every day.
Yes.
Okay, what shoes did you pack if they were that great?
My Doc Martens.
And you just wore. I guess it was cold. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they
And
kind of
they,
go with
you
everything.
can wear yours with everything.
I
Everything.
think I brought
get that.
5 pairs of shoes for
A
our
week?
5 days.
But like I'm kind of over when I was younger, I would pack everything
Yeah.
for a trip.
Yeah.
And I would be so confused when I was there because I didn't know what I wanted to wear. Like I actually, when I plan in advance a little bit and take less, it's so much more stress free.
I feel like this is maybe the Marie Kondo way of packing, even though she hasn't covered this yet. Or I don't know because I haven't watched the show, but
But more minimalistic.
but you like
You're like, maybe because I don't care, but yeah.
because I'm already organized. If I take it to another level, it's gonna be too much.
Yeah, you shouldn't watch it.
No. But I set things aside that I want to take. And then when I get everything set aside, I make myself remove a couple things. I'm like, hey, I have that many shoes. I should remove 2 because that's excessive. I don't need 8 t-shirts. I'll take out 3.
That's a good.
So I
that's a
always
good
set it
technique.
aside. Then, so this week, like the week leading up to our trip, I was like setting outfits aside. Then I took things off. I made myself put it back.
And when you have less options, it's easier to get dressed in the morning.
It is. And I have more than enough outfits. That's
Yeah.
not even a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I am
So
like
anyhow.
on the cusp of like going through my whole closet and getting rid. Like I'm totally like going through a less is more phase, and my wardrobe's like off the charts.
Well,
and I'm like, this is gonna be a job, but like I need to. It's just like
I'm not
there's no
there yet.
clarity. I don't. If I'm not
Yeah.
wearing it, I don't need it. Like I'd rather
I
give it
know.
to someone or do
The
something.
I think that's
pole
so
in
good.
my closet is starting
To dip,
Yeah.
to
dip.
concave.
and I
Like, it's
think
all
it's
fun and games until it
time
actually
until it
gives out.
falls. No, I've had
then
a
you're like,
closet.
hey, this is
I've
the
had a
moment.
closet pole fall on me
That's
before.
funny.
So
Not funny that fell on you, but
It's
funny
the
that it's
worst.
going.
It's the worst.
It's the
So I
worst.
could do some spring cleaning on my end.
Well, I'm gonna use that as my things I'm gonna work on improving this week.
You jumped ahead on us.
Yeah, sorry.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I'm still gonna ask you when it comes up. Okay, Mady, boss or bust this week?
Okay, I'm gonna continue on with the trend. Mine is a boss this week. I got a facial yesterday. I've just actually have signed up to do monthly facials, which is like such a
I
self-care.
just heard about this.
I
on
heard
our
about
last
this too.
podcast.
Yes.
What's it called?
Heyday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So
Yes.
Heyday is, oh my God, it's like my heaven.
It's like quick facials.
Well, it's not. So it's they don't want to be branded as like express or like quick facials because they're still like 60 minutes or 75 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just accessible and affordable.
Yeah.
And the space is incredible. The estheticians are so knowledgeable and they take your time. They cater every facial to you and to what you're going through, and they are immaculate and
Amazing.
Yeah, so I signed up for once a month, got my second one yesterday, and I don't know, I just needed a reset.
It
I
gives
was
you
feeling
a
that.
reason though. Like it forces you to kind of pamper yourself.
Yeah, and it forces you to
Yeah,
just like
slow
take
down.
And they have this amazing patio right outside, so I get there like 30 minutes before and like
Oh,
read.
nice.
It's like just such
Mads
a
is
whole
the
day.
best at reading in cute places. Like she will make a cute place a destination and read there on the weekends.
That's
for you.
that's
I
all
like
I do on
that.
the weekends.
I know that's all you do.
Yeah.
You and your boyfriend. It's
Yeah.
the cutest.
That is
That's
really,
really cute.
Yeah,
I
we're
like
big
that.
readers. We're big bibliophiles over here.
Same, but my husband's not a bibliophile, so it's just me.
Sorry.
I've been carrying the book around for like 3 weeks and I haven't even read the first page.
What is it?
It's Educated.
Oh, yes, I read it.
Supposed to be amazing. I've heard really good things about it.
It's very intense, but incredible. It's unlike anything I've ever read
I'm getting
before.
stressed because my book club is coming up. And
It was for my book club.
We
Yeah.
are that age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. I basically go to book club because we drink together.
Yeah.
But I'm like determined to read the books too. So
You should read it. It is emotionally draining.
oh, it's like not that much of a feel good.
Oh no.
Oh, not that much of a feel good. Oh God.
Oh no.
You went into it thinking it was a feel good.
I don't
You would
know.
have been
I thought it would fuel me a little bit.
It'll fuel you, but
Not in a good
you're
way.
not gonna feel good, but you'll learn something. It's touching, but it's good. It's good.
Well, I need to find a cute corner to read it in.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly.
I haven't yet.
That's really what it takes. Like find a little cute cafe, park yourself there, get kind of basic, and then you get inspired to read. It's great.
good to know. Okay, Scout.
I'm also going to continue the trend and do a boss thing.
Amazing.
It's something I
So
haven't
positive.
talked. I know we're so positive today.
Go us.
It's something I haven't talked about yet on our podcast, but I just recently started a podcasting agency called Scouts Agency, and
Cool.
I launched it last week, and I just signed my first podcast, and
That's a boss.
I have
is a
2 more
huge
in the
boss.
queue right now that I'm waiting to hear back on. So far I'm pretty pleased with the results, and I'm really excited.
That is
Good for you.
Really, really such a boss.
Yeah.
Thank
Good for
you. Thank you. Yeah, it's really exciting. I've been working really hard the last week just to get all my materials out, and I'm getting good feedback.
That's wonderful.
That's incredible.
Yay.
Amazing
Snaps.
news.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mads. Thanks, Mads.
so cute.
Yeah, that's my boss moment.
That's a major boss.
That's a good boss. See, we're doing a ton of podcasts. I'm like, how can we reflect
up.
on all our boss and bust from the
Yes.
last little bit. So I'm trying to take it all in, but that's a really
That's
good
a
one.
really good one.
I wish I had a good one.
We'll come up with more good ones, Donni. What's your weekly obsession? Or tip or fact? We just don't seem to share tips or facts anymore.
Oh, okay. Did you guys see that Nike video that went out?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
So
Who
good.
didn't?
I was like in
Who
bed
did
last
not?
night. I actually listened to your guys' podcast and then I watched the video and I was like, I don't need to see anymore. I'm going to bed. It was so touching.
So good.
So touching. For
Bravo,
anyone that's listening,
Nike.
Nike tends to go towards that
Heartstring.
heartstring.
But they've
Oh,
never
yeah.
done something so much about women.
It's
I
true.
know they've done just
Yeah.
female oriented
or, like,
whatever,
something
but
feel
something,
good, or, like, something that
just
pulls
like
at you.
something about it felt so timely.
Yeah.
But also, they said it in a way that was so unique.
Yeah.
And that really touched every woman could relate to exactly
Yeah.
the messaging.
I think it's
Yeah.
like the power of what the word crazy has been
Yes.
carrying
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
for our gender. I mean, realistically, every woman's been called crazy for being emotional or for being too much of anything. Maybe we are more emotional creatures or whatever, but
We are.
we are, but
That's
it's just
okay.
like it's
such
a
a
negative connotation.
It's been said in such a negative
Or
way.
when we get angry, we're really off the charts, but men get angry all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I
No
can
one
think
says
of a
anything.
phone call that you had with someone, and obviously we don't need to shout it out, but I remember what you told me was said to you, and I was like mortified.
Okay, repeat it. I don't care. I'm not that private. Say what it is because I can't
It was
remember.
about one of our orders, having to cancel one of them.
Oh, yes. And
It was back in the fall.
Yeah. And he called me crazy?
He didn't say that directly, but it was something along the lines of like, okay,
Oh,
chill
settle
out,
down.
like settle
Oh,
down. And you told me that, and my blood boiled. I was like, I want
Well,
to.
yeah,
Not
the
okay.
message can be sent in a way that you're not directly calling a girl crazy, but you're alluding to the fact that they're too emotional or
Yeah,
they're acting
like
out of
calm
emotion,
down.
or getting all riled up. But it's so mean, and
yeah,
it's such a
so
generalization,
offensive.
and it's so sexist.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just love that they brought up the word, they directly used the word crazy.
Totally.
And I mean, the next
Like,
thing
let's
would
look
be
it in the
to-
face.
to say bitch, but
Yeah.
how can
Yeah.
you even make bitch a positive?
Yeah.
But it's it's just, it was so well done. And I was
Yeah.
like, if this is not my current obsession,
That's
I don't
a
know
really
what
good
is.
one.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
On an entirely unrelated note, my weekly obsession is my tongue scraper.
Ooh, my husband
Not
uses a
related.
tongue scraper.
I just went to the dentist and she's like, "Are you using a tongue scraper? Are you brushing your tongue?" And I was like, "No, should I be?" She was like, "Yes." And she gave me this look and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I immediately need to be scraping my tongue." But she basically said that
I brush my tongue.
I brush my
That
tongue.
can be the same thing, I think, but she actually gave me a specific scraper. I wish I brought it to LA, but it's two-sided. One side is like pretty firm bristles and it's like curved so it works with your tongue. The other side is like plastic kind of ridges.
So
And a
tell
couple
me what
rows
you
of
do.
them?
You literally scrape it.
Scrape it with toothpaste 5 times with the bristle side and 5 times with the other side. And apparently there's like tons of bacteria that stays on your tongue after you brush your teeth. So you're supposed to floss, brush, tongue scrape, and then mouthwash.
Okay, I need to get way
And I was like,
on my.
this
sounds like a skincare routine
too
to
many
me.
steps.
We've all
It's
gone
like
from
K-beauty
bosses
for
to-
for
I
brushing your
felt.
teeth.
But when she explained like what it does to your teeth, I was like, whoa, I guess I got to get real in my 30s.
I hate brushing my teeth. Like every time I brush my teeth, I'm just like upset at life.
It's such a boring.
It's
so
They need
boring.
to make it sexy. They need to make it cool. It's
How are
not
you gonna-
fun.
How are we gonna make
how are we
brushing
gonna
teeth
make this
sexy?
sexy?
And it's just
Scraping your
usually
tongue.
like you're so tired at night and you gotta get up and it's like
Such an ordeal.
It's just annoying.
I agree, but when she told me like why,
yeah, you got a little.
You were
scared.
sold.
Yeah.
I was sold,
and
you guys.
only get like one set of teeth in your
Well,
adult
that
life,
was the thing, and
right?
she
That
started
is
talking
scary.
to me about like we have so much more knowledge now than we ever have before in dentistry and in a lot of areas, obviously. But she was telling me the difference if you even just do that in how your teeth break down.
Oy.
It's crazy.
Oi, oi, oi.
Like getting sick and everything. It's just like housing. Oh my god.
Well, I go to
know.
Tijuana for the
Home scraping, guys.
dentist. My dad drives me down to TJ, and we go to the dentist in TJ because it's super fucking cheap.
And we're Jewish.
So I had,
so-
I had like this moment where I went to the dentist and they were like, it's $10,000. This was a few years ago. And I went to my dad. I was like, I can't afford $10,000.
Whoa.
He's like,
That's
I'm taking
wild.
you to fucking
That's
TJ.
crazy.
And I was like, okay, here we go. And we got our little taco shop that we go to right next to the dentist.
How
I
And,
could
far
get
of
on
a
board
drive
with the
is
taco
it?
truck.
for us, it's like 20-minute drive. And then we walk across the border and take a cab to the
So
dentist.
Scout lives in San Diego.
I live in San Diego.
Okay,
I live in
I'm
LA.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So from San Diego, it's like 20 minutes to the
Right.
border.
Oh my goodness. See, well, that's one way you could do it.
Yeah, tip to anyone, go to TJ.
It's like that much cheaper.
Oh
And is
my
it good
god.
still?
Oh, it's amazing. Great facilities, clean, beautiful. You actually have a dentist working on your mouth. So sometimes when you go to the
Oh,
dentist
yeah.
here,
100%.
it's not
Hygienist.
actually a dentist.
Yeah, you get a
In
hygienist.
Canada,
TJ,
too.
you get a dentist.
Oh.
Interesting.
Wow. Tip or life
Damn.
hack.
Life hack, guys.
I feel like that's like a tip or fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, Maddie, weekly
Okay.
obsession or tip or fact,
Yes.
whatever you care to share.
So Scout and I are currently on keto, the keto diet.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
filling me in on this.
Yes. It's been a fun ride, but my tip actually is the XCT oil from Bulletproof. You put it in your coffee. So
Yeah.
it's like it puts you immediately into ketosis. And
What
it-
is ketosis?
so ketosis is this like metabolic state where your metabolism is just super,
revved.
super
burning fat.
Burning
I wanna be
fat.
in ketosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
So
that's
you
the
just
goal.
Drink this oil and you become in ketosis, and it actually keeps you really full. So I drink coffee before I work out, so I'll have to put it in before I work out, and it keeps you full until like way until
Do
the
they have
morning.
this at Erewhon?
Of course I do.
Okay, can you go with me tomorrow and show me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So is that a type of like an MCT oil kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I
it's
do
called,
have that.
yeah, their thing is called XCT, but it's a type of MCT
Right.
oil. Then they have one called Brain Octane, which is more so about cognitive function, which I definitely need because I'm like losing my
I'm
mind
all
still.
for this type of stuff because I
Yeah.
feel like I just want to get out of a brain fog and I want to get into like a good place where I can think.
Right. So
clearly.
Bulletproof Coffee, they're all about butter coffee. Have you guys heard
Yeah.
about this trend?
Yeah, like
So
grass-fed butter.
exactly. So they kind of started that. They have like their own ghee. They have all this oils. So I just put like a tablespoon and keeps you full, keeps you in ketosis.
Got to get that ketosis.
Got to
state.
get that ketosis.
This
Yeah.
keto sounds like it's interesting to me. What's the
I've
hardest?
heard a lot about it.
Like, what's the biggest sacrifice you find with doing keto?
Just carbs.
Just carbs.
Well,
No
it's
carbs.
yeah, it's essentially, well, for me, Scout has always said that she eats a lot of carbs, I guess, beforehand. I never really ate that many carbs.
You ate a lot of brown rice.
I ate a lot of quinoa. So that's the only thing that I've ever that I like
It's
miss.
also hard,
but
like
the biggest
when
thing,
you leave your house.
the biggest thing
Yeah.
for
Right.
me is sugar. Not that I like will eat like candy, but I love like coconut milk ice cream and like peanut,
Totally.
like almond butter, dark chocolate cups,
Yeah.
like bullshit
Oh,
healthy
Justin's.
things. Yeah, exactly. So like those are the things I miss because
Yeah.
I just love, and you can't eat any fruit, so it's just kind of like
The fruit's hard.
You
I'm
don't
like a
get
big
you don't
apple
get
person.
anything sweet, which is hard for me.
Yeah, that is hard.
Yeah,
That's
Sounds
tricky.
like there's so much sacrifice.
yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
lot.
Sure I'm up for
It's
that.
really
It's a lot.
effective for a lot of people, though. I've talked to. I have a friend who's a nutritionist, and it can be really effective. You have to find what works for your
that's
body.
what I was gonna say.
Exactly. Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, it's so usually our body runs off of sugars from
Right.
fruit or from sugar.
So you
that
wanted
we-
to run off of
fat. Exactly. So it's a really high fat diet. So you have to be eating like a ton of fat.
Like avocados all
All
day.
day long.
Yeah, so I eat like an avocado, tons of olives.
Olives really fill you up
almonds.
too.
Yeah.
We should bring those olives over here just so you can be munching on them.
I know.
Get
right?
into ketosis. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like low on my ketosis right now.
Oh, does wine help?
This is like coming.
Wine
This
is
like a
not keto.
I need.
Well, no,
Let's
so
just-
wine has, so 1 cup of wine is 4 carbs. So
that's not bad. We can have it.
We can have 50 carbs a day. So we're splurging.
Oh,
We're
perfect. I was
splurging.
planning on having about 10 to 12 glasses, so we're good.
We're good. We're good.
That's your carb intake for the day.
Okay,
Amazing.
Scout, what's your obsession tip or fact?
Okay, so if you listen to Okay Sis podcast, you know that I have all of the acne, and I have been on a journey to get rid of this shit once and for all. And I finally found a product that works for me. I use Dr. Dennis Gross acne eliminating pads every single night after I wash my face.
I actually was going to buy them after I listened to your podcast.
Oh my
last
god,
night.
you need to buy them. They burn your fucking skin off.
I want to burn my face right off.
Oh
Donni's
my
all
god!
about
when it
I like
burns.
have
I
to.
love
I have
it
to
when it
like
burns.
fan my face afterwards because it's so excruciating. But it is getting in there.
Your skin
It
looks
is
really good.
Really
Your skin does
yeah,
look
I don't
really
even
good.
have foundation on.
I was
Oh,
thinking
really?
you both
Yeah.
look really glowy. You walked in, I'm like,
God,
oh,
you are
what are
like
you
making my
doing?
life.
I've been
this
struggling
is-
with my skin, like adult acne. I never,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
I've
perfect
never had
skin my
acne.
whole life.
Same.
And then post babies, like totally been struggling with my skin, and I have like some scarring and whatnot from. So like I like need to put powder on and whatnot. But I've been like tried every product known to man.
Me too.
Try these acne eliminating pads, and they're not that expensive. They're like $34, something like that, and they last you about 2 months.
Oh, I'm into it.
Yeah, no, it's
I need to try
so
it too
good.
because I've been doing his peel pads, which are really like a cult brand for chemical
Those are expensive,
exfoliation,
though.
and those are really expensive. But I don't see a difference. I don't know. So I need to check.
You gotta
this
try
out.
the
and
acne
that's the same as
eliminating pads.
like eating and everything, right? Like skin, it's so individual too.
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing is not gonna work for you
well,
guys,
yeah.
which
The
just
thing for
sucks.
me that I've discovered is so mine is all hormonal. Scout, I don't know what's going on with Scout, but mine is all.
Thank you.
I'm with you.
Thank you.
We've like tried to diagnose her. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
But
I'm with you,
mine-
Maddie. I'm all hormonal.
Mine just started like 6 months ago. Again, like Donni, I was perfect skin my entire life, and then
Boom.
Got hit with
and
that
it's, like, the
hormonal acne.
most- and then what I've realized it's because of my IUD and
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
common.
I think that's
It's
what
so
because I was on
common.
birth
I
control
just-
for years, and then I switched to the IUD, and then
that's
boom.
that's what it is. So
I've heard
I
that from a lot of women.
just started spironolactone. I don't know if you guys know
Yes,
this.
I am, and I've tried it, and it totally works.
Yes, I've heard incredible things.
I just don't like being on medication for
Yeah,
long
so
periods
some
of time.
people it kind of fucks with their mental state. I've heard people say that they get like really bad PMS type symptoms.
yeah.
Okay, so
But
I
I
should
haven't-
not go
No,
on
don't.
this.
That doesn't
works
sound
out.
positive.
I haven't felt anything. I've been on it in a month and a half, but she says that it's going to take about 2 to 3 months for it to even
Oh yikes.
kick in.
Knowing me, I would be a hot mess.
I don't know.
I would
I'm
be
on the
too.
IUD. It's supposed to get rid of my period. My periods are 10 days long, and they're heavy. What is that about?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
get that
feel
IUD
like
out of you.
What is that about?
above weight, above skin, above every single thing. Like the number one most important thing for us is that our hormones are in balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like more than anything,
Yeah.
that is like our lifeline, our reproductive system. Like that's so
Right.
important.
Something
And it's
that
like-
really, really helped me get a little more even, which I am not taking currently, but it's chasteberry, which is totally natural. My naturopath recommended it. I went to her for all the hormonal testing, and she was like, "Oh yeah, your hormones are way out of whack. Chasteberry helps you produce
Is
progesterone."
it a pill? Is it a powder?
Yeah, it's a pill.
Yeah, it actually though can make you get like if if you're not on birth control, can make you get pregnant in like a hot second.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Ooh,
This is
I'm
not
not a
medical.
doctor.
This is not medical advice. This is not medical. That's what we were taking it for too. Like it was helping regulate my cycles, but it regulates your progesterone, which is what calms acne.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
dude.
naturopath gave it to me, and she's like, "Are you trying to have another?" This was like before my third baby,
Yeah.
and I was like, "No, I don't know." Like I was kind of like unsure, and she's like, "Okay, well, if you do want a baby, you could get pregnant like right now if you like take this."
Why have I never heard
Yeah,
of
and you
this?
can
Research it.
If you go to like a natural store, there's like pills called chaste tree. Or chaste berry is like the component, but
Yeah, it's the berry of the
it's
tree.
called chaste tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like really good for regulating hormones, progesterone.
But Mads, we don't want to get pregnant right now.
Well, we have that UD.
You should consult your
I don't know.
physician.
I don't know.
Let's
Disclaimer on this podcast.
She's like buying it
I am such a
tomorrow.
product junkie. I will try anything and everything. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
maybe
I'm
let's
really
not
too
try this
influential.
one.
Okay, I want to
Do your
highlight
research
a quick
first.
product. We're getting off on a tangent, but I feel like
Yes,
this
super
is
big
this is a good
tangent.
tangent.
on the skin
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah.
I
People can
ordered the glycolic program.
Is this the thing you were
through
telling me
Glow.
about?
Yes.
Glow recipe?
Glow Minerals.
Okay.
So we like sell their products, but like
okay.
mostly they're lipsticks and whatever, but they have like a wonderful skincare line as well. So every once in a while I like dabble and just like buy buy it at wholesale and whatever. And I bought their glycolic line. Like there was like a glycolic cleanser, a toner and a moisturizer. Holy shit, it burns your face off.
Glycolic is really good
But
for acne.
you are so dewy and glowy the next day.
Ooh.
It's like I haven't had a product actually make me like glow like that.
Okay.
I actually meant to bring it on the trip so that I could use it.
Yeah.
But I used it last week and I was like, and it says you can use it up to 4 or 5 times a week. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to
That's
go crazy.
crazy,
with this.
because I
Yeah,
mean,
that's intense.
usually acids you're only like once or twice a week, but
No.
it must be super gentle.
Well, glycolics typically you can use, I think, a little bit more than other
like AHAs
acids.
and BHA, yeah.
But it's like, the results, I was like, whoa.
Might have to try
That's not the one I
that.
was thinking about. I was thinking of that machine you ordered.
Oh, I haven't really been using that. It's called Zip. ZIIP, and it's like an electric.
Donni
I'm
knows
such
all
a
the
product
things.
junkie
I'm-
too.
she
I'm
knows
like,
all the
I will
things.
do
I know
anything
everything,
for my
yeah.
skin.
I'm so
too.
lost.
Me too. Oh, I'm following you. I'm
She
following.
is
I'm
like
following.
all about this.
Wait, so is it a
porta-
cleanser?
No,
applicator?
it's like a
Oh.
portable like laser thing.
Is it a light?
It's like this big. It's like 4 inches.
Okay.
I'm showing with my fingers right now. It's like this little like electric, like handheld portable thing that you can like put on your
Okay.
face, and it sends like a current. And there's like different programs. It syncs with your phone, and it will talk you through. I used this as a current obsession before, and it will talk you through. You can do one for like clearing up acne, and it will just like literally like zap over your face. Then there's one for like lifting and firming, and there's like all these different programs, and you can buy
need
it. Through,
this.
I bought mine through like Revolve.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
$500, $600, $700, something like that. It's expensive.
Oh, I'm not buying it.
But it's like, I think like it's like a long-term thing because it's like you're an at-home like laser.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like if
Wow.
I want to be really serious about this anti-aging, I need to invest in it. And that's
Yeah.
what I
I
told
feel
myself.
you. I feel you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. Wow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
justify that to a lot of things to myself like that. So
Yeah, that scares me.
Like the 5 pairs of shoes that are coming.
I think that Zip should come on as a sponsor of the podcast, and then we will all be okay.
Zip, if you're listening.
Okay, Donni, share us. Oh, wow.
It's late.
It's late. Share with us your Boss Babe crush.
Okay, I'm going to use Isabella, the plant junkie,
Oh, yeah.
on Instagram.
Who is this?
Okay, she literally, so I just built a house and I wanted to get plants
Casual.
for my house.
I mean,
Super casual.
Why wasn't that your boss? It's probably.
I
been
know,
your
that's
boss.
a big
Goddamn.
deal.
It's
Yeah.
for my boss like 4
4 times. Yeah.
So she came and did like all these, like we walked through the house and I was like, I want this here. And she's Brazilian and she had like all these, she's like, you should put orange trees here and these like Buddhist pines and like all these like I was like, yes, like let's do it. So we like, but I can't keep a plant alive.
Yeah.
If it was like to save my life.
Mine are all fake.
So I was like, okay, you need to help me like keep these alive and give me like instructions and this. So I've been like on a process of learning how to like keep plants alive. And she's been coming to my house like every 2 weeks to like
Oh,
water them and
wow.
like maintain them and check on them. And she came the other day and she's like, she called me the plant killer because she's like, this one needs more sun and water. And like, anyways, she's been like taking care of me. I'm like, this is customer service at its finest.
That's
Above and
amazing.
beyond.
If you're in the Vancouver area, you need to call Isabella, the plant junkie, if you want plants or want to know about plants or want to buy. Like, I think she just does more exotic things that it's like you don't get that when you just go to a nursery.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a really good tip for if you're looking for horticulture. So my husband's a huge horticulturist. And if you want to get huge life-size cacti, look on Craigslist because people have big cacti plants in their backyards and they have to trim the things off.
And then
so
they replant them?
You just take them and you pot them yourself. We have a cactus that's literally the size of me and it cost us $20.
Shut up.
That's
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
gosh.
That's wild.
Wow, I've been buying my
that
plants
is a
from
good life
IKEA.
hack.
Yeah.
IKEA's one way.
No joke. I wasn't going to invest in a plant that I couldn't keep alive. So once I keep IKEA plants alive, I'll let myself get a better one.
Well, I just feel like I'm at the point in my life where I've been keeping my kids alive for like a few years now.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
well
So you
with
can
it.
handle a plant.
I feel like I'm trying to like do some plants now.
Yeah.
And
I just
also
started much
heard
smaller than
that
you.
people who garden live longer.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm
true.
like,
That's
I think
very
this is
true.
really good for me on like a therapeutic level.
It's very true.
You should have saved that for a tip or fact.
I'm gonna have to come up with
Darn it. Now we got to come up with another one.
Moving on.
That's a good boss babe crush. Mine is going to be Kat Collings. She's the editor-in-chief of Who What Where.
Oh,
She has
fabulous.
such
Always
an
has good
interesting
ones.
style. She is so individual. Like if you go follow her on Instagram or even just look at her page, she just like is unafraid to wear a trend in a really cool, unique way. Where I get a little bit chicken sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'll wear like white boots.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of a step out for me. I'm not afraid to wear something once it's a little bit more mainstream, but she is just totally fearless with her style.
You're not like the first.
I'm not the first, but I can appreciate it. Like when Kat wears it, I'm always like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear it yet. Because I'd be like the first one to wear it in our area.
I'm like I agree. I'm not the first to wear a trend ever. I see it and then I'm like, oh, like I need to wrap my head around that and like think about how I'm gonna wear it or like look at other people who are wearing it, what they
That's
wear.
the thing. You'd be the only one in your area
We
that
live in the burbs, so
that's
it's not like the
problem.
same as
It's
living
different.
downtown.
You're not the editor of Who What
You
Where.
I
Yeah,
roll
so
up
you
to pick up
can't
my
just,
kids from
like,
school in like giant
have these
Balenciaga
wrists.
sneakers. It's not like you're not going on a school field trip wearing those sneakers. It's
Right.
just not
Or you
happening.
are.
Or I am, which
Yeah.
I have, and it's been not those sneakers, but like I showed up for a field trip day one time volunteering, and I didn't remember it was field trip day, and I'm wearing like white Gucci sneakers.
Oh my God.
And we were literally going to like some hiking thing through the mud, and they're all wearing all these moms in rain boots, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this is so inappropriate. Like, I had to like call Ev to like bring me. I'm like, you need to bring me rain boots. He's like, what ones? I'm like, the cute ankle boots at the back door.
You can't get those Gucci's dirty.
No, of course not.
They're like the whitest.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
It's funny. I appreciate that about Kat though. Like we should try and be more like that.
Well, I totally admire people who are fearless with their fashion.
I want to be more like that.
Yeah.
So let's all go follow.
Okay, this is such a great question. I'm going to say my everyday constant girl crush and boss babe, Cassie David.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with her.
Cassie David is Larry David's daughter.
Okay.
I don't even I don't know.
Oh,
You don't know who Larry David is?
I know who Larry David.
No,
is.
yeah.
I don't know who Larry David's
We were like,
daughter
we're
is.
going to leave.
Oh my God.
now.
I almost had a heart attack.
Okay, so Larry David has his daughter. Her name is Cassie. She's the 24, 25, and she is the ultimate cool girl. She's becoming a TV writer. She just sold like a pilot to Amazon or something.
cool.
She's making a book.
her.
She is so laid back and so specific in her humor. It's so witty and spot on, and it captures like the millennial experience so perfectly. Everyone should go watch
What's
her.
her Instagram handle?
Cassie David, Cazzzie.
Zed.
Yeah, yeah. And she created this like kind of like a mini series, I guess, called 86th. And everyone should watch it. It's fabulous.
And so
You're
funny.
gonna pee yourself laughing. It's like on YouTube, 10-minute episodes, which is I think creating that same vibe in this Amazon pilot. So I love her.
Oh my
and I'm
God,
probably
she's
going to be
so
blocked.
cute.
Yeah,
I
she's
tag her
adorable.
in every single thing, and I'm going to probably be blocked from her from Instagram.
Yeah, can you not
I'm
do that? You
obsessed with
can't
her.
ruin our chances of getting her on the pod.
I DM her like way too often. She has no idea who I am.
But wait, she doesn't have that many followers. She should 100% be getting back to you.
It says seen, and she has never responded.
Oh, that is just not cool.
I
That's
feel
a
like really
burn.
special that she's even seen it.
No, I'm
Once
like,
she looked
that's
at my
not
story, and I was
cool.
like, Cassie.
If someone is a fan of yours and is DMing you that much, and
Relentlessly.
you
I
are
mean, this is
looking
like
at
to the
it,
stalking.
you should
Yeah, I'm like
respond.
stalking her.
Wait, well,
No, but
stop
after, like-
stalking her.
After like the third time that you comment, you should for sure get a reply, especially if it's
should.
been seen. Like she can see that you've commented a couple times.
Yeah. You should just get
Shout
mad
out.
at her if she doesn't reply.
Be like,
Cassie,
Cassie,
I know
our
you've
relationship
seen
is
this.
over.
You are no longer my boss,
I
babe.
mean, you're
No.
only a
Yeah,
real
retract it.
Instagram stalker if naturally you would just get mad at her at this point in time and lash out.
I'm kind of mad at her, to be
and maybe
honest.
start
too.
negative posting on her
Little bit.
pictures.
I'm a little
no.
upset
I
at
could
Cassie
never- I
David.
could
I'm with
never
you,
be-
Scout.
I'm so obsessed with her. She is just.
She's really cute.
I like. She wants to run away from
I want
us.
to emulate her. I want to be her when I grow up. It's just like, oh, she's perfect.
I hope she listens to this.
I know.
I hope she
Cassie.
listens to our podcast.
Skin coat. Skin coat.
Skin.
Right here.
Oh, that's major skin coat. That's our expression for deep, passionate obsession with a person.
Oh,
yes,
love
that-
it.
that-
Yeah.
Skin
Everyone
coat.
has
That is correct.
Skin coat on
Yes.
Caitlin.
Yes. Amazing.
Scout, boss babe crush.
Okay, so my boss babe crush is Lydia Davis. She's an author.
Of course.
Yes, yep. She's my favorite. If you don't own her book, it's called The Collected Stories of Lydia Davis. It's like this orange small brick of a book. And what's so unique about her is that she writes flash fiction. So her short stories can literally be 2 sentences. Most of them are like 1 to 2 pages, and the pages are super small. And I first bought her book at McNally Jackson Bookstore, which is my favorite bookstore in New York. And I'm like to do a lot of writing. I do a lot of creative short story writing, and I always couldn't figure out why I wrote such short stories. Like I couldn't get past a certain page number, and they were all just micro and like really flash fiction, and I didn't understand why or what that meant. And then I read her book, and I was like, there's a place for me in the literature world. People are doing this, and she's doing it amazing. Like if I ever saw Lydia Davis, I would literally fall to the floor and kiss her feet.
Does she have
I'm
an
so
Instagram?
intrigued.
Have you
Start
slid in
DMing
her
her.
DMs?
She doesn't have an Instagram. I've tried to look up her
Everyone
email.
starts freaking out.
I tried to look up her email. I've tried to look up if she has a book tour. I found her email once because she used to guest teach at a college in New York, and I had her email, and I chickened out from emailing her.
Email her.
I know, but
should.
now I can't find it again, and it's like the
no.
worst
Okay,
thing ever.
so she's not on Instagram.
She's not on Instagram.
I'm so
that I
intrigued.
know
It's too
of.
long for her.
That I know of. I mean, she's an
Old.
older.
Yeah, I was gonna
woman.
say she's not like a Instagram.
She's not young.
I'm really
go to her
intrigued by
house.
this. I really want to read it.
Right? No, I might, guys. The obsession is real with Lydia Davis.
That might be next level skin coat, like literal skin coat.
I don't know
Like
why I'm
knocking on the door, be like, "You didn't have an Instagram, so here's my real life DM."
Here's my real life
I don't know
DM.
why I'm finding these stalking jokes so funny
know, it's
today.
really
It's
sad.
kind of cynical.
Are Mads and I just stalkers? Like, is this what we're taking
I
away
think
from
little
this
bit.
episode?
Yeah,
a little
I mean,
bit.
it's a boss babe crush. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
That's what a
It gets
boss babe
intense.
crush is about. And also, we had for like several minutes on a podcast, we talked about skin coat and what that means, and how we all are like so deeply obsessed with people that you
Yeah.
want to wear them as a skin coat.
Yes.
Not in a psycho
Not in a
way.
gory way.
No, but in the way of like you just want to be like
you want to be like,
close
them.
to them because you
I'm
love them
so
so much.
close to them
Yeah.
that you literally wear their skin as a coat. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's totally
Oh my God.
platonic.
Okay, it's
It's amazing.
love that.
if you guys are
phrase.
feeling stalker, just remember that we talked about skin coat.
Okay.
Perfect.
Skin
I
coat
think
sounds
does that
better
make you
than
feel
stalker.
better?
It makes
I
me
feel
feel
so
better.
much better.
Makes me feel
Keep
better.
DMing. Just
Yes.
keep doing you.
Relentlessly.
Oh my God.
Poor Cassie David. She's like, get this girl away from me.
I'm mortified.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, we have one more question. What's Donni?
One thing I'm working on improving.
Yes.
Okay. I listened to your guys' last podcast last night, obviously just like prepping for our podcast. But I loved you guys were talking about busy bragging. And I wanted to like phone you guys and be like, I fall in the middle of what both of you guys are saying because I kind of haven't like I've had an issue with this and I haven't been able to put it like summarize it as a topic, but there's something about the word busy that just drives me insane.
It really gets to me too.
And I love what you guys said. You're like, no one's busy until you actually have kids. And then like, if you're not a parent, you're actually not even busy. Because I feel like sometimes I'm like, I can't even explain to you
the busy, like the level.
busyness.
Yeah.
But like the chaos that comes with the busyness is all self-induced. I'm like,
Totally.
I chose having kids. I chose starting my own business.
Yeah.
Multiple times. I chose all the projects I take on. I chose my friends. Like, why would I ever complain about the chaos that is ensued? Because that we're all choices.
They're choices.
Yeah.
That is really true.
That's a great point.
And
It's
there's
so true.
times that I've talked about like, so I'm going to try not even to use the word busy. And I've kind of tried to like ban it in the office and whatnot and been like, in my mind, imagine every time you use the word busy, you substitute it with lazy.
Oh,
Because
that's good.
sometimes I feel like the people who are the busiest are actually the laziest. If you actually
Yeah,
look
it's
at it.
like lack of skills in some area, whether it's time management or
Organization.
efficiency, organization.
Absolutely.
I'm so busy. What's
Competence.
really, it's
Awareness.
like I'm so incompetent at organizing, time management, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
and
really
being
just
productive.
says I'm super busy
Yeah.
is like I don't have my shit together. Is
Exactly.
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So I'm like and I'm guilty of it. Like I've been upset at myself for every time I've been like disorganized or late or too busy to like, I don't know, like remember that it's early dismissal at school and I didn't pick my kids up, like a million different things. But like I just don't want to use the word anymore. So that's something I'm gonna
Oh, we love
like
that.
that.
Love that. Yeah, we have been
Yay.
trying to reverse the epidemic of busy bragging over here.
Yep.
Okay, sis.
One of
I'm
Okay Sis's
all about it.
mission.
Yeah.
It's so accurate. You guys nailed it. It is
Thank you.
an epidemic. It's everywhere. And there's been something that's been like striking me about it that's just like bothers me. And I feel like
It's been glorified and it doesn't
has.
make any sense.
you
Like,
don't need to be that busy to be productive.
Yeah, no, it
We
does,
should
they-
glorify being
successful.
productive versus being
And
busy.
we should be glorifying the results and the outcome, not the bragging about the late hours. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Because you know what it goes hand in hand with is the guilt of not being busy.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
not knowing
That's
how
what
to
it
stand
is.
still and be present and like be with my kids and not like be feeling like I need to be working or doing my emails or whatever. Like there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually like you're living your life and that's how you should be living.
Yeah.
It's so funny when someone says to me, when I'm like, hey, how have you been this week? Oh, so busy. I'm like, cool. That's not a state of being.
Exactly.
Like, I'm busy too. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like, are we
you?
gonna like compete about how big, like, no, like, let's talk
And that's
about what
what
gives us
happens,
value.
right?
Yeah. You just like, oh, I'm so busy. I'm like, oh yeah, me too. Like, oh, I'm doing this. No, like, what gives you value? What fulfills you? Where did you add value to your life
Like,
this
let's
week?
have
That's
a cool conversation,
Yeah.
not just telling me how busy you
Yeah,
are.
it's
that gets me.
boring and it's a conversation ender. Like, where do you go from that? Where how do
How
you?
are you?
You
I'm so
leave it
busy.
feeling like worthless.
You
You're
can't
just like,
expand.
okay.
And I sometimes ask myself, I'm like, as a society, do we know how to do anything but be busy?
No.
Like, do we know how to like?
It's glorified. That's
yeah,
all.
you
It
go
is,
to
yeah.
Europe, it's not like that. Like the vibes are
Nope.
completely
Yeah,
different.
can we like implement a siesta into every day? Because I need that shit.
Yeah,
You
honestly.
kind of already do. You take a little like.
I take a little 20-minute at the office. I take a little 20-minute cat nap.
Thank
That's
you,
a
because
life
I
hack.
do nap after work fairly often. I go home and like, because I end up cooking for a couple hours and I do my workout
Totally.
and then I'll like
Nighttime is work.
whatever. So I have no shame in laying down for 15 minutes. I do
you
not
go.
feel bad about that.
There you go.
For the work life has changed. Like I challenge anybody here to go to the grocery store in the middle of a Monday afternoon. That fucking place is swamped.
Yeah.
No, this is why I
Like,
order
I look
groceries.
around at the grocery store in the middle of the day if I'm ever there, which I am never there. This is in my mind, but I have been there before in the day. It is crazy how many people, I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to be at work? Like, are people
Well,
working?
that's all of LA. I'm always like, wait, where? Is it? But then it's just people craft.
But then, like, you're there too. So, like, what do they think about you?
yeah, I know.
You know what
I think that
mean?
too. I'm like, oh fuck, what are they thinking?
And I do my best work at like off hours, whether it's like 10 to 12 at night or like 5 to 7 in the morning.
Well,
Like it's hours that I find to myself that I'm like really focused and working. So like, what's wrong with taking a day and like doing, going to my kid's field trip or
Oh, 100%.
doing something for yourself, getting a facial, doing whatever you want to do. Like we don't have to work around the clock.
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned Europeans because my husband is European, and while they haven't lived there for lots of his life, he still brings that attitude with him. Like anyone who's met him, he's like the chillest person you've ever known. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, we got to get to this place and we have to do all these things. And he's like, no, let's just sit down and have a glass of wine first. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't,
pause
like,
for
buy
a
into
moment.
that busy.
Yeah. Pause
And
for
I
a
love
moment.
that about him. Yeah, because he like totally has challenged me on that front.
Yeah, it's what we've grown up with. It
Yeah.
seems like.
And he hasn't, so it's really neat to see that perspective. It's very Europeans are very
Social
different.
media like puts the pressure on us though to see like
that too.
everything's quick, right? Like we see so many things
So
that we could be
instant.
doing that we're not doing in that moment. So you're like, well, I'm having a glass
So
of wine. But
even a
someone else is
moment of what could be calm, you're like, oh, I should maybe post, or I should be like doing this next thing.
yeah, it's
I
bad.
like that you're working on that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to work on creating a more effective environment of focus, both at home and at work. So like at home, I want to create like a really good reading space where that's my reading space, so I can slip into that chair and I know that that's my zone.
You're compartmentalizing.
A little bit where like, I go to work, get my workspace set up. So it's like I can come in and I have these habits that click my brain into, okay, this is what's happening right now.
Right.
And there's a lot of research about, like, psychologists or all kinds of people have researched how your environment around you impacts that. And I'm very affected by that. So I was even thinking like, man, I'm struggling reading my book. I'm in a really good book right now. And I was like, I can't like get into the focus. So I started reading up on how to read better.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Guys,
we
I love
love
that.
that.
You just admitted to that.
That's so mindful.
We love it. We love it.
Self-aware. There you go.
True story. And what a lot of what they say is like, create a space for yourself. So like have your chair and your light and your whatever pen is your specific pen that you're going to use to highlight in your book or whatever it is that you do. So I really want to focus on doing that and like creating those environments at work and at home so that I can like slip into focus a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it goes back to like babies though. Like everything is like associated, right? So they like Elliot sees like her blanket and she says night night. Like everything is associated.
It's the
I
same
think we're
thing
just
of babies.
as simple as adults.
Oh, totally.
Oh, I love that. That's such an
Creating the
interesting
correlation.
observation. Yeah.
No, I mean,
It's
they
so
say that you're not supposed to work in bed or...
I do that.
I know you do that. But like, for instance, I remember in school, I used to
know.
like study in bed, but you're not supposed to because then bed is studying. And then when you go to like take the test or whatever...
Yeah, but
you
then
are
like
just
I feel
oh,
like...
I'm sleepy. It's like really weird.
No.
I have
though.
This is my bedroom. My husband and I have argued about this, but he's always wanted a TV in the bedroom, and I'm like, to the death of me, I will fight for no TV.
Our mom is the same. She's like, never put a TV. That's the moment you
Stop having sex.
or just like break
that
the road
and
or
you can't sleep. It totally messes your sleep up.
I know. You know what? I actually mentally completely agree with that statement. But like Netflix in bed is so good.
it's so fun.
See, I'm not about that because I feel like if you're not going to work in bed, that means that you really technically, if you want to commit to that idea, you shouldn't be bringing your phone in your bedroom.
I don't bring my phone in my bedroom.
Okay, so
I turn
that's
it off
like
outside
legit.
my room.
That's legit.
Set my
If-
alarm and then put it
If
on
you're
my
not going
nightstand
to
for my
do
alarm.
that, there's no reason to not bring your
agree.
work in because the minute you bring one thing in, you're bringing it all
If you're
in.
scrolling on Instagram in bed, it's the same
That's the
thing.
same thing.
I don't do it.
Oh my god, that is! I can't believe you don't bring your phone in. That wow.
I do bring my phone in my room, but I
you
don't
don't have
go
it.
on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, yeah.
Like I set my alarm, put it down.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
need that self control. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I sleep
don't have
really
it
well.
close to that. We're like me and Ev are like, what should we watch? And then we both like go on our phones for an hour and we're like, I guess we're not watching it.
But you know what? What I've learned is we need to also stop shaming ourselves for that.
Oh, totally.
If it gives
Just
you
'cause
joy,
I do
then-
it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's my
Whatever.
choice of entertainment at that point in time. I'm choosing that instead
I
of
want to
something
be
else.
mindless.
Totally.
I want to watch something mindless. I want to look at something mindless. Like I've
Same.
tried to take away the judgment and this shit. I was talking to my therapist about them, like, because my boyfriend also kind of says like, oh, stop scrolling on Instagram, and I get like shame, and she's like, yeah, but why? Like why? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I just
like, it's not
I
hurting
like it.
anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. She's like, so why do you? Yeah.
And see, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because something works for me doesn't mean there's anything wrong with what
exactly.
you're doing.
We all just need to figure out.
I love
what
my
we want.
schedule because my husband stays up super duper late. So I actually go to bed like hours before he does. So he's in the other room. So I get a really quiet alone time before I go to bed. And it's like kind of this sacred moment for me almost.
Which is what you need.
Yeah,
you
which
know?
is what
And
I
we all
need.
need different. We all require different amounts of alone time or
Totally.
time with others. Or, you know, we're all just different.
Yes.
Yeah. And for me, like if I am watching a show, I have really, really vivid dreams. So for me, it's like a boundary of like, if I did watch a show in my room, I would never sleep. I would have ridiculous dreams all night. So that's just what works for me.
I love
Not everybody's
that.
like that.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mady.
All right. Growing up, I was always so good at remembering people's names. Like the best at it. And recently, I don't know what's happened.
Keto.
But
Keto.
it's fucking up all my
Oh, that's
The
good.
names are in the carbs.
But I literally, when someone introduces themselves, it's like, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. And it just like my brain turns
Don't even
off.
try to know.
I can't not believe
I'm with
what's
you,
been
Mady.
going on. And I think knowing someone's name is the most important and the best way to say, like, I see you, I recognize you, I remember you, I acknowledge you. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I
it.
love when people remember my name. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is the best way to like show people that you care, because like everyone's so self-involved and they want to know your name. So I've just been like just being more cognizant now when people introduce themselves to like say it back to them and say it in my head a couple times and like put the face and like put their name in words right next to
That
their
is
face.
a very good tip. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think we should all work on that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I need
I
to work
think
on
it's
that.
You
100%.
actually said my name about 10 minutes ago, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you're
like,
like,
oh,
yeah.
you remember
feel,
me?
You just feel like instantly acknowledged.
Exactly.
And I think it's
Yeah.
really important, especially
really
if you're trying
special.
to make relationships, which I really value relationships in my life.
Of course.
And we're all, even in a business sense, like we're networking, we're doing, you know, like it's just such a great way to connect with someone and say like, I see you, I'm here, I'm present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's something it's just this like one day it just switched off and I'm like, God damn it. And
That's a good one.
Yeah, I've been like really, really focused on
I
just
could
making sure.
That's
remember.
really good.
really work on that because
Yeah.
it goes in
I
one
love
ear
that.
and out the other
Yeah,
for me
it's
too.
wild.
Yeah.
I think that is so like such a good intention. Any tips for what works for you? Like,
I mean, yeah, saying it back to them. So like when they say, hi, I'm Leah, you say, Leah, got it. Or like just like say it in some way.
Right.
And then I just like I like see their name written out right next to their face so that I can just like put it together.
That's a good imagery.
Yeah.
The thing is, I
have
like
photogenic.
that. I've
I'm a
lost
bit
my
photogenic, too.
confidence in like remembering, like, and I'm terrified of saying the wrong name.
me too.
So I think I've gotten
Yeah.
so far away from it.
Yeah,
that I'm
so then you're just like, I'm just not gonna say
I'll never try.
anything.
I'll never say anyone's name.
I will admit on podcasts, I do reference like, I always have our documents up so I can like
Right.
follow questions and everything and host it. But I always like scroll back up. I'm like, am I saying the right name?
Yeah.
There's like
You second guess yourself.
I must
Yeah.
have said the wrong name sometime and been so embarrassed or mortified.
That it's
And
just,
now
like,
it's
been-
like in me.
Yeah, yeah. Why? Wow.
Very good. That was a good one, Mads.
Yeah, Scott, what are you working on?
Okay, so Mads can probably attest to this because she works with me and so she knows this about me, is I am literally the most impatient human being that has ever
It's
walked
so weird
this
because
planet.
I'm so impatient, and then the other day she was doing something. Like she was like, "Oh, the email didn't send." Like I just sent her something. She's like, "Oh, it didn't send." I'm like, Scout, wait 1 minute. Like it'll come. Like
60 seconds.
I could not believe how impatient she was.
I'm so impatient, and what's really the worst thing about this is that my husband has a problem with being on time.
Oh no.
So I literally just sit there and boil and boil and boil and boil, and I'm ready, and I'm like early, and I'm on time, and
Yeah,
so
because
it's
to you, 15 minutes early
is
late.
on time. Yeah, no, oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm like the most punctual human being on this
Me too.
planet. I cannot be late. If I'm late, I was late to my dry bar appointment today, and I literally almost lost. I ran in and I just like profusely apologized over and over and over
yeah.
again.
Also,
So
you had a blowout today. I was going
Yeah.
to tell you, your hair looks so
It does. I was
incredible.
just like
Oh,
staring
yeah.
at your
so
curls.
preface.
I got a good girl, and I took her name down, and I'm gonna go to her all the time.
Scout and I have crazy Jufros, so we
Yeah.
need to get blowouts. It's just like part of our
Constantly.
DNA.
It's
just
part
like
of, yeah.
has
So
that
when I
has
have
to happen.
children,
alright.
I'm gonna have a college fund and a hair fund
and a therapy fund.
and a therapy fund because they're gonna need some therapy.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, but
smart.
does your hair like hold a blowout for like a few days?
Mine holds for a week. I'm gonna show you a picture.
See, that's pretty great.
That's good. Yeah.
Mine won't hold it for like more
So-
than 2 days.
Yeah, no, it holds curl the like waves. Yeah, it holds that pretty well. She's scrolling to find
trying to find this photo
Her
for us.
hair was like insane.
This morning?
No.
Okay, so this is a photo of me. I thought I was going to be a model, so these are my headshots when I'm 13 years old. So don't judge.
great
No
for the
judgment.
But
podcast.
that's my natural hair.
Way.
It's not like that anymore because I've ruined it
Yeah.
We've like relaxed it.
so many times that it's changed like the DNA of my hair.
amazing. Oh,
wow.
But I
It's
used
beautiful.
to have I know, but I was afraid of wearing it down in school because I
didn't have
think that
confidence.
people behind me wouldn't be able to see the board over my hair.
Oh yeah.
So I was super self-conscious. So I wore
I
it
did
up.
not know that.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I never wore my hair down because I always sat in the front row, obviously. And I didn't want people behind me not to be able to see the board.
Oh man.
So thoughtful.
Thank you. That's what I like to take away from that story.
And also, we all have so many issues as confessed tonight.
This is like
This was like a confessional.
This is
I'm so glad we put all of those out in the universe, and now we can just let them all go.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, on that note, we haven't talked too much about you guys, even though we've kind of been talking about you.
Yeah.
But we are going to go live, I believe, at this question.
Ooh.
Just for a brief. I don't really know what's happening. There's a note in our spreadsheet that she can type me notes. We're going live. Okay. Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Tell us a little bit
Price
more.
is Right.
I know. It's like, hi.
Welcome.
This pop song. Sorry. I lied. It says I'm tired. The best pop song. That's great.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do, what you're working on, what you've got going on.
Yeah, so I had a podcast by myself. It was called Podcast by Scout, and I hosted it by myself for a year, and I brought Mads on as a guest to one of my podcasts, and we were at the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa getting massages. We got super drunk off rosé, and I was like, hey, I actually don't have an episode this week. You want to go to the business center and start recording? And she said yes, and so we were in the business center literally eating truffle chips the entire time and podcasting about The Bachelor. And the next day I was like, you know what, like we are pretty cool together. I love our vibe. I love the way our energy feeds off one another. And so I asked her if she would like to kind of make a pivot and start a podcast together. And she said yes.
Yeah. And
Yay.
yeah.
I love it. Like the sisters dynamic is so special.
Yeah, did we say that yet? That you are sisters?
So
We are sisters.
Oh, I said that in the
IRL.
intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are
Who do you think
actually
is older?
sisters.
Let's see.
Oh, I hate this. That's
I know.
so
We
mean.
love
Let's
this
see, let's
question.
see.
You guys are horrible.
I know. We love this question. It's a good one.
Scout, I think you're older.
You're correct. I am
Oh.
older.
Acts more
Yes.
like an older sister.
Scout is like the grounding, calm, wise sister, and I'm the like lively, loud, obnoxious
Crazy
one.
one.
I only guess that because Scout and I have some similarities, and I'm an only child, which tends to be, well, I'm an only child till I was 14, long story.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an only child, we'll
Got
say.
it. Okay. Got it.
I think oldest and only child tend to have a lot of similarities.
I can
so
see
I
that.
was like, we have
Independent.
some similarities.
I can see that.
I feel like you might be older.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
always think she's older than me. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's wild. But no, I had graduated from USC about 3 years ago, and I'm a huge podcast aficionado. I'm obsessed with podcasts, and I never thought that I would have one of my own. And I was, you know, when she approached me to do this, I was kind of weary just because I've respected the medium and the art so much, and I've worked in tech since graduating in LA, and this was kind of just a fun leap, a fun thing to do on the side, and then it erupted into this amazing opportunity to really just, and I mean, you guys can attest to this, like when else do you get to just hit up your girl crushes and just be like, hey, do you want to talk for an hour?
yeah.
And like, when
It is
else
the
would
greatest.
someone give an hour of their time to like just talk to you? It's unbelievable. And the guests we've been able, like, had the privilege of talking with,
We're
it's-
so grateful.
Yeah, we're so grateful, and it's been so much more gratifying than I could have ever imagined.
It's funny.
totally
It's one
agree.
of the things I'm like so grateful for with the podcast because it's so true. We've like social media, this, that, and all these million things. It's like the most OG form of social media, like a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
so
it's so
powerful.
weird that is so popular right now amidst
we've talked about
this fast connection or no
It's
connection
because people
world.
are craving that longer
Intimacy.
form. People are craving intimacy,
Yeah.
and they're not getting that from social media as much.
No, it's too quick.
Yes,
It's too
exactly.
quick.
And it's a real paradox, but people just want that intimate conversation in their ear.
People
it's crazy.
really do.
Yeah.
They want the real conversation. They want authenticity. They want to know what you don't get on social media and Instagram is people sharing their struggles and their pitfalls. And I'm sure you ladies talk about that. I've heard some of your episodes, and like, you're really just like us. Like, you get into it. You get into what's hurting, what's hard, what's not working. And I think that is really essentially what people want.
It's actually the most intimate, like, girlfriend conversation that you guys have because it's sisters.
Right. Yeah.
And my sister and I are so incredibly close. She's actually on the podcast a lot of the time. She's in the room watching the kids right now.
Shout out to Katie.
Shout out to Katie. But our listeners know who she is. But it's the same. There's a lot of the same dynamics. I'm really relating to what you guys are saying.
And I think that's what makes it pretty special. I mean, we have this sisterly banter, and if you've listened, we're very phasey and curious people. So we have like a very wide range of interests, which is where that current fixation segment comes from. And then we ask that rad female guest to join in with us, and it kind of feels like this sleepover with all three of us or four of us just like chatting away.
And Mads likes to make fun of me.
I mean, I gotta like bring in the
Such
humor.
a little sister.
Yeah.
She's got to poke fun at me a few times every episode.
How do you guys maintain your relationship working together? I mean, there's obviously some disagreements because while you're sisters, you obviously don't agree on absolutely every little thing.
So it's interesting. I actually think that Mads and I disagreed and fought more before working together. I think the minute we started working together, we haven't had a fight in 7 months.
Wow.
Because it's like a common purpose.
Yeah.
Right?
So like, I think we weren't as close before the podcast.
And I always thought we were close, but now looking at how close we are now,
Yeah,
I was
it's
like, we were not
we
close.
did not even know each other.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
this is, and I think that's really why I took the plunge to do the podcast, is because I just wanted to spend more time with her and grow that connection. And it's obviously, been successful, but working together, that was also a hesitation for me too. It's like, okay, it's a family, there could be issues, and then what if it doesn't work out because it's family and whatever. But it's actually been more of an asset than a liability, I would say.
We never even sat down, which I suggest you do if you're starting a business. We never sat down and
Do as we say.
do what we did not do. We never sat down and said, you do this, I do this is my task, this is your task. It just fell into place really easily, and we just kind of share the load very equally, and we never had a conversation about who does what. It just kind of fell into place. I mean, it was weird. Like, we've never had an issue over who does more work or who doesn't do any work. You know what I mean? Like, we're both in it together.
Right.
That's amazing.
I also feel like as sisters, you almost have an advantage of being able to disagree more easily. Right? So like, where if it's like, it could be a friend or like a coworker, but it's harder to have disagreements and speak your mind. Or with a sister, it's like, it just comes out.
So that's kind of what we say that all the time. Like, we can be so raw with each other and just be like, no, I don't like that. And it's like, you don't care about hurting that person's feelings. She's just like, okay, next. Like, if I did that with a friend, like, I would think like, okay, like, how do I bring this up and not hurt their feelings?
Now we have to have a conversation.
Yeah, it's like with us, it's just like, no, I don't want that. Next.
There's an equal respect. Like, if one of us is really like no, then the answer is no. You know what I mean? Like, if someone feels so strongly about something, like, then that's the answer. But if the other person's willing to compromise a little bit on that, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of pick your battles almost. But if Mads is like very sincerely not down for something, then I'm 100% not down for that.
Sounds like you two have such a strong respect for each other.
Yeah.
And that obviously comes across in how you interact in your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also we're so different. The skill sets and the personality traits complement one another. Yeah. As I said, like, Scout's the obviously introverted, grounding one, and I'm just
crazy.
Yeah. Good word. Crazy. Bring it back to Nike.
Bringing it back.
There we go. There we go.
Proud of it.
It's fine when you say it to your sister.
Exactly.
That's
Crazy
different.
in the best way possible.
In the best way possible.
Yeah, exactly. Wear it like a badge of honor.
That's amazing. What do you guys have coming up? Anything you can share with us?
Well, we're just kind of growing the podcast. We just came back from New York where we interviewed 9 incredible women. We're looking to hop into the live recording space this year. So we're in talks with a few venues on some live recordings. We don't have any exact details now, but we will soon. So that's something that we really want to kind of step into this year. That's going to be one of our bigger goals. But yeah, we're just out there every day interviewing. We interview about 2 to 3 women a week. We air episodes every Monday and Thursday. So we do double every week, which is a lot, but it's extremely rewarding. And that's kind of just our jam right now.
Yeah, on the iTunes podcast app and Spotify.
Ooh, look at you getting promotional.
You know.
Oh, we're going to go
You know.
promo-y.
Oh, amazing.
Don't worry.
I love that.
We're going to get the plugs
right
in there. Something we love to ask all of our guests, and it would be great if you'd both share something, is a piece of advice or a mantra that you're living your life by.
Oh, we got some.
Oh, we got it.
Share
we
'em.
got it. Okay,
This is your chance.
So, Emily Weiss, the CEO of Glossier, who just
Is
talk about boss
amazing.
babe. That's my second. That's my number 2, next to Cassie Davis.
Agreed. She has been
Emily
mine
Weiss.
before.
And
She's
she has
incredible.
responded to me on DM. So she's in the
Stop
right here.
it. Okay.
Yeah. You just have to message her like a really heartfelt thing about like a podcast you've listened to her on, and then she'll respond to you.
Amazing. I'm about to do this.
So
Skin coat for Emily.
I have to go. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I gotta go DM Emily.
I'm out.
So she was on one of my favorite podcasts, Recode Decode, with Kara Swisher, and she said there was a question about, with just like starting a business and how overwhelming it can be, and you can kind of get lost in like the macro lens of everything and the more overswept dreams of it. How do you actually just stay in the moment and stay in the day-to-day and get shit done and keep going? And she said a really simple phrase that I don't know why just really like attached to me. She said, do the next right thing. Like whatever the next thing you're doing, just like do it right, do it like every decision, every step, just do the next right thing. That's just how you have to have the mentality, and it just is so stripped down of any nonsense and so simple, and it really resonated with me. And every day now when I'm just kind of like, there's so much shit and I break down, I'm just okay, wait, so what in the next minute, what's the right thing I'm supposed to be doing?
I love
You know what
that.
I love
good
about
one.
that is that's also like a good mantra for shifting gears.
Yes.
Like let's say you just feel like you're totally on the wrong path and you're not doing something, like what do I do? Do the next right thing.
And
And
it
maybe
could be
that,
small, could be big.
maybe that causes a huge domino effect.
Yeah.
But all you really have to worry about is that one thing that's coming up.
Yep. I love that one. It's a good
That
one.
is
I know.
good.
I love it.
Okay, mine's not as glamorous as that. When I was 20 years old, I worked in a gelato shop. And
I love gelato.
Oh my God, yeah, I ate it every day. I actually lost weight because I only ate gelato. And
So the gelato diet.
so the gelato
Should we be
diet.
going
And that's
off
how
of keto?
that's how I got people in the door and upselled them. They'd be like, should I get a large? I'm like, look at me, I lost 3 pounds eating gelato every day. And they'd be like, large, please. I was amazing. Anyways.
You're like, you don't know I only eat one a day.
I know, I know.
Nothing else.
That was my upsell moment. And so anyways, I couldn't open a jar of something one day, and my boss was in the back, and so I went up to him. I'm like, can you open this for me? And he said, what if I wasn't here? And I said, I thought about it for a second, and I said I'd figure out how to open the jar. And he just handed it back to me for me to figure out how to do. And it was like this moment of complete clarity of like, I can just go through life figuring it out. Like, I don't need someone else to help me or do something for me. Or, I mean, of course, it's great to have mentors and guides and business coaches and all that. But at the end of the day, you can just figure it out yourself. Like, there's resources out there. You have a great brain, and you can move forward with just figuring it out.
Google it.
Yeah, just
literally.
Google that
Oh
shit.
man.
So when people ask me like how I know how to do things on Excel, I'm like,
Google.
Just fucking Google. I looked for function to do this, and people are like, how'd you know that? I'm like,
Google.
You know what it is though? You just didn't give up.
Yeah.
Some people are
Some
just
people
so
just
quick to
like,
like ask somebody else.
like, how do I
or,
do this
like,
on Excel? I'm like, just like I
give
don't
up
know,
on
just do
themselves?
it.
Like I don't know. Watch a YouTube tutorial. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything is on Google.
There have
Figure
been
it
so
out.
many times that Donni has been like, okay, Leah, we got to get this done and we're doing that and like set this up. I'm like, yeah, totally no problem. I can totally do it. And then she leaves. I'm like, Google.
Yeah, of course.
Totally.
It's like the get it done
Honestly.
mentality. Like just get it fucking
Get
done.
it done, no matter
Okay,
what way
let's
you got
be
it. And I
honest.
opened the
You
jar.
are not the first person in the world to have a problem. You are not that unique.
Yes, 100%.
Google it.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We need to like just step down, like get our heads out of the fucking sky. Like
Get off the horse.
Yeah.
There's been people
But you know
who
what
have
it
done it before.
is? We're all just too busy. So busy out there.
I'm just so busy up on this horse. I can't.
Oh my God,
figure it
that was
out.
so good.
Wrapping it all back together.
We're really
See what
kind
I did there?
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
So good. Okay, we have some listener questions from people who are watching, I'm guessing.
That's exciting.
Again, they were typed into my spreadsheet. I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
Okay.
Look at that. The magic of Google Docs.
I know, I
Look
love
at
it.
What our world
Google.
has come to.
Google
Google.
solves
Running
all of our
lives.
problems. We should interview someone from Google.
Yeah.
I would die.
Yes.
Okay, I'm such a nerd. Don't even
So
go
are
there.
we. Don't worry.
DM people.
Stop
Drink
Google
wine,
people.
and I'm just gonna like DM
I'm
every
gonna,
vice.
have,
Be like,
I'm gonna
over
skin
and
coat all of the
over.
Google staff. Okay, someone mentioned that you guys have flawless skin. What is your routine?
Oh my God, I am dead.
Who are you?
Who are
Reveal
you?
yourself.
We love you. We love you. Come on our podcast.
We'll pay for your glass of wine. I hope you're like just like waving to me.
Reveal yourself.
I hope they're still watching.
So that's like,
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I
Wow.
can't right now with this question.
All right.
they're gonna
how
also
much time
have to
do we
tune
have?
into the whole podcast
Yes.
because we did
Dr.
talk a bit about
Dennis
this.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't heard this part of the pod.
Oh, okay. So Dr. Dennis Gross acne eliminating pads are my life savior. They have reduced my scarring by 70%. I have not had
I
any
know that exact percentage.
because I look at my skin every day, dude. I know.
She has side-by-side photos
See
before
this?
and
You
after.
see this? Okay, and on
That
spreadsheet-
listener needs to listen to the podcast when it comes
Yes.
out.
Yes.
in
Yeah, there's
2
some
weeks.
really
we
good
talk
info.
all
I
about
do
it.
have one secret product that I did not mention. I have
Reveal yourself.
I know.
I do have a secret product. I just got this a couple days ago, and it's I have tried every single cult product left and right. I've tried everything. This is called, and I'm not gonna remember the name. It's Dr. Jart is the brand.
Dr. Jar.
Jart.
Jart.
It's Jart. I
What
think
a-
it's at
it's
Sephora.
Jart.
Like Jart.
What a terrible
J-A-
name.
I think there's 2
Dr.
A's.
J.
It's like
Oh,
Swedish
Jart?
or something.
Okay, maybe.
No, I'm
But it's
laughing.
I might be wrong.
Jart.
I'm laughing.
I was like, that's what it is.
Okay, I might be. I could be wrong. There
Okay,
might
but
be
it's
one A.
Dr. Jart, Sicca pear, tiger grass color corrective
Oh my
treatment.
God, I
okay,
can't.
Wow.
it's very long, but it's in
We'll find
a little green tube thing. I don't know how to describe it. Like a mason jar little thing, and it's a color corrective moisturizer type of thing, and it has SPF in it. So I literally. Like today, I swear, I don't know if you guys know Shawnee Darden. She's the celebrity esthetician. So we interviewed her.
No, she's amazing.
I need this magical stuff.
Okay, so
I feel like
Shawnee?
you're fucking with me right
Shawnee's
now.
amazing.
Okay, wow. I'm going to. So Shawnee Darden is like my Lord and Savior. I'm obsessed with her. We interviewed her, and I was like shaking and crying the entire time. So she just came out with a line of products. Her cleanser. Essence and toner and moisturizer, but her OG product is the retinol, so I've been using that forever. But I just use her gentle cleanser. I put on a little bit of my like acne stuff from the dermatologist, and then this Dr. Jart shit, and it just clears every blemish, clears all redness. I have like kind of rosacea on my cheeks, clears it all. I'm not saying it heals it and it eliminates it, but it clears everything. I don't have to wear makeup. It's
Where
incredible.
do you buy it?
Sephora.
Ladies and-
$50.
Ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen, I
Sephora's good.
use Cetaphil and some more Cetaphil, and that's about it.
Good secrets.
I just love nice products too
I just
much.
feel like if it has a name that long, it's got to be for real.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that
Either
one.
that, or I was like, you are punking me right now.
I literally was like, Tiger
pulling,
It's
like-
the longest name in the
like-
world.
Just think of like an Instagram like influencer joke where someone's like pumping up a product, but it's like not even a
It's
real
the
product.
Tiger Grass Color Corrective Serum. I did it. Like, yeah, that was what it is. Exactly. No, but that's the secret as of now.
I actually want that product.
I'm going to go buy it tonight.
Yeah, no,
Donnie's
the
ordering
redness.
it to the hotel
Yeah, I'm
tomorrow.
I'm like super spendy lately. I'm buying like everything online.
I love that.
Okay, who is your favorite person to interview and why?
Oh my God.
I mean, I know Scouts is going to be probably Lauren Everett's boss.
I think it's a
love
tie between Lauren Everett's Bostic and Pia Arobio.
Yeah, Pia Robio was really special.
Pia, and we had an unbelievable conversation. We both cried in the middle of it. It was super intimate, super open. She was so gracious with her time.
Yeah.
I've been following her.
She came to our house.
For
It was, like, so
6
cute.
years now, when she had like 10K on Instagram and like was working at Reformation. And I had my own magazine when I was 22, and I tried to get her to come to my launch party at the Standard Hotel in Hollywood, and she never answered my DM. So like when I got her on the podcast, I was like, yes.
It was a moment where you could
Yeah.
reflect and be like,
Yeah.
you know,
I've made
you have
it.
moments where you can measure
Yes, exactly.
progress.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a moment.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a good moment.
I think mine is going to be a future one, actually. That
We're doing tomorrow.
So do you guys know Heather McMahon?
Oh my God, you are just thank us right now. She
just
is.
gave you the best thing to do
Write
tonight.
this down.
You guys are going to die. So
You're gonna
she
die.
is this
Okay.
comedian. She's become really renowned on Instagram because she has this series called Britney 911.
Yeah, just watch the whole
Where
thing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay.
Where she's like, she essentially just says like, guys, why are we not talking about like how Britney Spears is
Having a mental
having a
breakdown?
mental breakdown, and like no one's talking about, but she's so funny, and she has it all in her highlights, so you can like rewatch everything. But she is.
She's I think the funniest human being alive.
I know, and we're interviewing her tomorrow, and I'm gonna
That's
like break
so
down
fun.
in tears.
Are you almost like like when I interview funny people or talk to funny people, I'm like instantly insecure about like not being funny.
I know. I'm kind of scared. I feel like I'm just gonna be peeing laughing the entire time. I don't know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
do.
to keep you in check
I
because
know.
you cannot just laugh the entire episode.
I know,
That's not
'cause
gonna fly.
it's like really loud. Sorry for everyone who's editing.
Yeah, you like my grandma's always like, and then Mady laughed, and I had to like remove it from my ear, and I'm like, great.
That's my laugh.
It's like a cackle. It's ridiculous.
Okay, next question. Your guilty pleasures.
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor,
Easy.
Kardashians, any pop culture. It litters my brain, but I love it so much.
For me, it's just Batch Nation.
Do you
I am
feel
obsessed.
guilty about that?
That's the thing. You know
I
what?
did.
Or is it
So
just like a pleasure?
I had a spiritual awakening in Tulum when I went on my honeymoon. Like I had a legit spiritual awakening, and then I got home and I was like, "Am I not allowed to watch The Bachelor anymore?" Because like that's super. There's a lot of judging that goes on when you watch The Bachelor. Like you're judging the shit out of everyone. That's the whole point of watching The Bachelor. And then you talk with your friends about judging the women and the men and everything like that. And I was having like this existential crisis because I was like, I love The Bachelor so much. How can I give it up? But technically, it's not the best of habits.
Yeah, I think. Kardashians. I know way too much about
really
each one of
know
their
way too
lives. It's like it's appalling.
Kate over here is nodding. She's like, yes.
I mean, especially with the recent events, I am like buzzing and on a high, a Kardashian high.
I was talking to someone about it the other day, and I
mean,
was like,
if-
Mady told me everything.
No matter if you like the Kardashians or not, like this moment in history is just like out
This
of
moment
control.
in history.
It's out of control. It's out of control.
right up there with that Nike commercial.
Yeah. Yes.
Same caliber.
Completely.
You know, usually I think of moments in history like
you
Barack
guys are
Obama
great.
being elected, but we can go with that too.
No, the Jordan, Tristan, Chloe scandal. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next
quite
question.
possibly like more not revolutionary, but more
Disrupting.
Talked about,
disrupting to what we value in media than like I don't know the wall.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. It's
Because look
wild.
at how many people actually follow these people.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
every
Their
move,
reach.
every second, every
When
anything.
you look at the amount of influence that they might have versus like I don't know, someone
Yeah.
like political.
Oh,
it's
no.
kind of
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Oh, it's
kind of
crazy.
It's wild. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, next question.
Oh, let's hear it.
What keeps you focused and productive?
Ooh, oh my gosh. So I used to be a hot mess, and I had no focus and no ambition and couldn't stick with anything.
Tell them why though.
Oh, well, I'm bipolar. So I was super unfunctioning. I couldn't hold a job. I couldn't be in school. I had to live with my parents.
shocked.
Oh, yeah. I was really, I mean, you can ask Matt. I was really bad. I was hospitalized at one point. I've been through outpatient programs twice. And one day I was with a friend and I said, do you want to start a magazine with me? And she was like, sure. And something switched in my brain where I found my entrepreneurial spirit, and then my entrepreneurial spirit became my lifeline, and work became a way to combat all my negative emotions. And suddenly I became the highly productive person. So I went from the spectrum of not being able to even hold a job at Sammy's. I literally like quit after 3 weeks of working at Sammy's, to not finishing my bachelor's, but creating an entrepreneurial journey for myself. So once I found work that I was passionate about, that has kept me motivated this entire time. Like if I didn't have my work, I would be a wreck. So that's what kind of keeps me going.
That's like your staple.
It's yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I'm so
Yeah, I
glad you
love
shared that. We could dive into that whole topic probably.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised it
definitely.
took you this long to bring it up.
Oh,
We have
shut
an
up.
Okay Sis drinking game. It's how
Every
many
time-
times Scout says that she's manic depressive and bipolar.
Yeah, you have to take a shot every time I say I'm bipolar on the episode.
So 1.
Yeah, exactly.
We're up to 1 here.
For me, I work out a lot, and it's solely for mental clarity, and it feels like it's the only way I can start my day. It's the only way I can get into a mindset that is kind of is rooted for the rest of the day. That's pretty much my main go-to.
Oh my God, I can't work out. I'm the worst at it. And I so admire you for how much you work out. I mean,
Yeah.
you're like my hero.
Oh, Scout.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boss babe crush.
Yes.
Skin coat.
Skin coat. I want to be my sister.
Okay, we have another question. We did touch on this a little bit, so listen to the podcast. How is it working with family?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I wouldn't recommend it for all.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely need to know your type and what you're getting into for sure. But it worked out for us. It worked really well.
I can't, like, I've had a lot of partnerships. I've had 3 partnerships before this, and every single one of them have failed. And so you'd think I'd be like really scared to do this, but seriously, like, there's nobody else I would rather do business with than Mads.
I feel like your sister's like not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a
Yeah,
safe-
bitch, you got me forever. And now she's gonna make fun of me.
The way she just said that.
I'm trying to be loving towards you. Love me back.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That's so good, and I like how you guys talk about working together in such
Yeah.
a positive way.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been so good. We're cutting off questions.
Oh,
Okay.
this was so fun.
You've already shared your piece of advice, so let's plug you.
Okay.
Plug away.
Yeah.
Where
You wanna go,
can
Matt?
we find you?
Okay. We got the Instagram at Okay Sis Podcast.
Oh, we got the Instagram.
Oh, we got the Insta. We have some funny Insta stories. We're very silly.
We're
it's
embarrassing.
Okay. It's,
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It's borderline embarrassing, to be honest.
It's OKAYSIS podcast. And then you can find us at the iTunes podcast app, on Spotify, Okay Sis.
Or you can go to okaysispodcast.com and
Yeah.
look at the beautiful website that I built.
Yeah, read all about our past guests. And that's
about
it. Stay tuned.
Amazing.
Subscribe, rate, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're giving that plug too.
Yay.
So follow our guests, please, and share the love with their podcast too. And remember to follow us on social at Style for the Priv and at Priv Talks Podcast. Feel free to subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and tell us how much you love us in a review. And you can shop our website with the code Priv Talks for 20% off. And pop into our Facebook group for inside scoops, events, giveaways, and so much more. And maybe some special appearances by people you've heard on the podcast.
Yay! Love
guys
it.
for coming.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much, ladies.
Special.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.